Hello everyone, welcome to one another episode of weekly sectoral analysis. Now, I guess this is the best as it gets. Why I'm saying so? Well, just a week before, if you can see somewhere over here, Nifty had tried and it had given a range breakout. It was looking pretty bullish, pretty nice over here, and suddenly after the breakout from the next day onwards, there was a gap down. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days sell-off. Okay, 5 days sell-off suddenly after a breakout. This was really bad. Now at this juncture, if you can see, this was actually a gap. This was a 50% retracement. This was a 61.80% retracement. And uske beech mein there was a perfect gap. So this gap has been useful to, push Nifty, push markets higher from almost, you can say, starting of the July, and this is the same gap which helped even now. Once again, Nifty has gone up. In fact, it has gone up above the recent high. Overall, it's looking bullish. State of trend in the weekly time frame chart, state of trend and momentum is positive, no doubt about that. But if Nifty wants to move higher, which are the sectors will provide bullishness to the Nifty? That is what we need to discuss, not just about the Nifty. Overall, things are looking better, things are looking fine in comparison to the last week. Moving up ahead with Bank Nifty. Well, Bank Nifty has not been that great. Bank Nifty, it is still looking positive. The state of trend is positive. Momentum is also positive. Everything seems to be fine. No problem in the weekly time frame chart. But if you see the daily time frame chart over here, it doesn't have that same sort of bullishness which we saw in Nifty, because in Nifty we saw that the bounce was vertical. It has not happened because the outperforming sector, private banking space, had few of the results coming up in the private banks. Couple of stocks did collapse, they corrected, and PSU banking space as of now is not bullish. In fact, the state of trend over here in the PSU banking space is bearish. I'm assuming that there is one heavyweight stock in PSU banking space. I will not be able to take the name. It has bullish state of trend. If that particular stock rallies, maybe some sort of relief might be possible to the PSU banking space. But overall, you can see very, very clearly that it's choppy and it's negative. It's not that great. It has been making lower lows, lower highs, even in the daily time frame chart. So overall, PSU banking space is not positive. What is positive is the private banking space, which clearly shows that if Bank Nifty wants to move higher, then private banking space is the sector which will have to do all of the hard work. Again, state of trend is positive in the weekly time frame chart for the private banking space. The index, the private banking index, has been able to manage to bounce back from a 50% retracement, and even this particular high has been able to provide a support. The initial bounce back was pretty decent, but after the bounce back in the last 3 days, it has been pretty much range bound. And the reason due to that is few of the stocks have not been performing very well. In fact, in the private banking space, I can just find out 2 to 3 stocks which are nice. So in case if you're going to take any sort of trades in the private banking space, be extremely careful and be extremely stock specific. All right. It's positive, but you need to be careful which stock you're picking about. Oil and gas. Oil and gas, I think it's haywire. It's flat. The state of trend is completely flat. It has no momentum whatsoever. And it's just, you can see it's down, up, down. I mean, it's completely choppy. It's not easy at all to make money in this sort of market. So I would say that the oil and gas space is flattish, and I'm probably not interested to see anything in this sector. Auto space. Auto space, if you remember in the last to last week, I had said that because last week मैं video नहीं बना पाया था due to some reason. I was stuck with few things. But auto space, even 2 weeks back, there were few stocks, like 2 to 3 stocks, which were bullish, and there were few stocks which were not bullish. So I think the stocks which were bullish, they were the large cap stocks, and they have been able to manage to pull the auto space higher. So the state of trend is positive in the weekly time frame chart. Overall, it's a strong sector, and thankfully, when the bank Nifty did not help, auto space has helped Nifty to pull higher. I know that it does not have weightage as much as the private banking space has or the bank Nifty has, but nevertheless, auto has some sort of weightage. So overall, it's a bullish sector, and currently it's looking slightly overstretched, slightly overbought in the short term. You can see that the normal RSI over here is at 72 or 73. So overall, it's a bullish sector, and probably the dips will be bought into. Consumer durables. Consumer durables, overall a strong sector. The trend is up, no doubt, but you can see the momentum with which it has gone. Momentum means कितने speed में sector ऊपर गया. Overall trend momentum is positive. Overall, it's a positive sector. Over here, it looks like, I would say it looks like that this is a negative divergence, but it is not. Overall, continues to be a positive sector. Slightly overstretched in the weekly time frame chart, the answer is yes. So little bit of consolidation cannot be negated, but overall continues to look bullish. In fact, this particular retracement also, if you try to use Fibonacci, you will see that this is the support. See, this is a 38.20% Fibonacci retracement, and it is coexisting with the previous high. The sector is so powerful, it is so strong that the price did not even bother to touch this support. उससे पहले ही ऊपर चला गया. So that shows the state of trend, how powerful it is and how strong the momentum is, right? Consumption pack. Consumption pack also continues to be positive. The state of trend is positive. You can see the RSI. RSI also looks nice. The price momentum is also pretty nice. Trend is also positive. How does it look over here in the daily time frame chart? You can see that the RSI has just tested 70. Is it slightly overstretched? Maybe a bit I would say, not much. So I think it's a sector which looks like buy on dip sector. Overall, it looks positive. Finance. Finance, well, first you need to understand the weekly time frame chart. The weekly time frame chart, it gave a pullback, came down, and this bounce back has been pretty nice. If you see this candle pattern, it looks positive. The state of trend over here seems to be positive. The trend is also positive, and price has been able to bounce back from the 50% retracement. After the bounce back, there has been a nice candle on the Friday. Overall, a positive sector, but finance sector जो है उसमें stocks बहुत सारे हैं. So as a trader, you cannot be, ignorant of which particular stock you're picking. If you see auto, steel, IT, metals, pharma, all of them have limited amount of stocks. But in finance, I'm talking about finance. I'm not talking about stocks which are banks and which are also into finance. Like I'm talking about the ex-finance pack. वहाँ पे बहुत सारे stocks हैं, and you need to be very, very stock specific. Which one are you picking? FMCG. FMCG, I think, is a sector which is extremely choppy, extremely range bound. Over here, this was a nice downtrend, bounce back, again a dip, again a rally, again a dip, again a rally, again a dip. Overall, it's choppy. No trend, no momentum, nothing at all. Not a right sector to trade. Even if you are a derivatives trader, even if you want to probably short anything in futures or maybe trade in options or whatever, you need trend and momentum which is on the downside when the sector is falling. Over here, nothing is happening. So probably it's best to leave it aside. IT. IT, I think in this zone, if you remember a few weeks back, there was a constant change in the trend and momentum. At times, it used to, if you're a regular follower of my videos, you would remember I was speaking that the trend and momentum is negative. Then suddenly the trend and momentum disappeared. Suddenly it became negative and then the pullback started. So what is the case now? The case is that the state of trend is positive. Yes, it's positive. But if you open the sector and if you see the stocks, you will find out 50% of the stocks are looking positive. They have the positive state of trend in the weekly time frame chart. 50% don't have. Few of the mid cap IT and maybe couple of large caps have been able to rally. The top few stocks still don't have the positive state of trend. It's possible that if the rally continues, if the momentum continues in the overall sector, then maybe the stocks which have not yet gained positive state of trend and momentum, they might gain it probably in the next weekend. Only one thing what we need to understand is that you can see that there is a wick over here. This wick is coming at a place where there was a previous high. Is this a resistance? Yes, this is a resistance. Number one. This is number one. Number two, is this a extremely strong sector? Does it have a positive state of trend? Yes, it does. But is it a very, very strong sector just like auto or probably something like Realty or something? The answer is no. As of now, it is not. Maybe in future, maybe in few weeks, things might change. As of now, it's not. So possibly if you are a swing trader, you would like to take short-term trades over here, see yourself making money, try to lock in your profits as soon as possible. Not probably interested in holding trades for a very long time in this particular sector. Okay. It's bullish, but not that much. As of now, it's not. आगे जाके देखना पड़ेगा. Okay, infra pack, I should say the state of trend is flat. It's flat. It's not going anywhere. It was positive few weeks back, but I was saying that भाई ये सेक्टर का जो मोमेंटम है इसको ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा या सॉरी प्राइस को ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा. If that doesn't happen, then it will start losing momentum, and same thing has happened. And one of the reasons why it has lost momentum is there are two stocks in this sector which are the most heavyweight, out of which one is going up and the other is going down. So that is the reason you will see mismatch in the sector right now. Metal pack, well, there are two things over here. If you are a trader who is trading daily, weekly, I am generally a person who trades daily. I take my trades from daily, and my higher time frame chart is monthly. Yes, I can see that it is at a support, but if this support is broken, if this low is broken, then there is a chance that the price could head downwards. State of trend is negative in the weekly time frame chart. So as a trader who is trading daily, weekly, I will continue to stay away from the sector for going long. Also, one more thing, if you have a look at the monthly time frame chart over here, there is still some space left between the moving averages and the price. So you need to be a bit careful when you're trading the weekly. You need to be a bit careful when you're trading the metal pack. The reason is it's negative, but at the same point of time, it is not breaking the support. And since it is not breaking the support, the opportunities to make money over here, even if you're a derivatives trader, are very minimalistic. So I think, yes, it's negative, but we should wait for probably a few more weeks till the time we get some clarity over here. Pharma, I don't think so I need to say anything else. It's into positive state of trend and momentum. The normal RSI over here is above 75. Is it overstretched? Yes, it's overstretched a bit, and some sort of cooling off in the weekly time frame chart, not just the daily. In the weekly time frame chart, it's probable. Now, I'm not saying that the cool off will happen, but anyone who's taking trades now in the pharma pack needs to be little bit more vigilant. Yes, you can continue with the same position sizing, you can continue to follow all the same rules, but थोड़ा सा ध्यान से ट्रेड करिएगा, ठीक है? Because when a sector, when a stock is trending on the upside, the highest amount of risk in that sector is at the highest price, not here. Because from here उस इंडेक्स को या उस स्टॉक्स को काफी ऊपर जाना है. As of now, it has come up a lot up ahead here. Even if you use Fibonacci, you will see that there is no strong resistance here. The resistance is right over here at 27,450, 500. But if you just have a look at the 14 period RSI, the normal RSI, you will see that the RSI is at 77.53, and this looks pretty much overstretched on the upside. Some sort of cool up, some sort of consolidation will be good. PSE, the state of trend is negative for sure, but there is no direct falling of prices with a very high speed on the downside. Something like this is very helpful to make money. Something like this doesn't help to make money, but because it's extremely choppy. But overall, the sector is surely negative. Real estate sector is extremely bullish right now in the last few weeks. Yes, the previous candle has not been that great. The state of trend over here continues to be positive. Momentum is positive. The daily time frame chart little bit is looking sideways over here. So as a trader, and yes, I think we have 2 to 3 stocks in the real estate pack which are having results in the first 2 to 3 days of the next week. So just be careful about that. Apart from that, overall the weekly chart is looking fine, but due to the consolidation in the daily chart, if it continues for a bit long, then probably you need to be bit careful if you're taking trades in the realty space. I'm not saying it's bearish. I'm not saying it's bad. It is bullish, but थोड़ा सा ध्यान से लीजिएगा, because any sector which continues to be sideways for a very long point of time, it's not that great. India defense, I think it has been able to bounce back pretty nicely from the 61.80% retracement, no doubt. But it had bounced back even here too. But what happened after the bounce back? It came down, found support, bounced back, came down, found support, bounced back, came down, found support, bounced back. It's continuously making lower highs, lower lows, and it's losing momentum. So the state of trend in the India defense pack now is flattish. Am I interested to trade in this sector? The answer is no. Midcaps, positive, no doubt about that. But again, over here you can see some sideways choppiness, and we need to see a breakout about the recent high. Now, before closing the video, a couple of weeks back, the main problem was that we had only one sector which was helping the market to go higher, which was the private banking space. And I was continuously saying which are the other sectors which will help. I think now we have the auto space, IT. IT, I think, is a sector which uptrend as of now is not for a very long time. As of now, it's short-term trades, but still it is helping the Nifty as of now. Private banking space, yes, it's there, but the number of stocks which will be involved to pull Nifty higher are less. Pharma is also there. Okay, so we have two, three sectors now which is helping Nifty. If PSU Banks add up in this party, if the heavyweight stocks in the PSU Bank add up into the rally, then it will help the Nifty even more. Okay. So I hope these videos are making sense to you and you find these videos helpful. trade less and trade wisely. Thank you.